Hi, welcome everybody to the Pap-lion Den. I'm here today for an interview with Mr. Mason Cowabunga Cramer, local musician. He plays solo music. He goes with the Chess Cats, all sorts of groovy stuff. And we're going to interview him today, find out what makes him tick, what makes a great breakfast. So let's get started with a little bit of history, like where do you come from? Where's your music come from?
I am, my name's Mason. You already did that, right? And everybody already did. I am from Du Bois. I grew up in Treasure Lake. I live on Falls Creek right now. I don't know, everyone says, oh, Du Bois is country, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. I don't like that, man. This is the mountains. This is the Appalachian Mountain Range. This is music from the mountains. This isn't like you know, it's mountain music. So where does it come from? It comes from the mountains. That's definitely it, and that's why I don't leave, because I like the trees and the hills and stuff too.
So where did you get your start playing? Like what instruments? Like what is the origin of music?
Yeah, I always wanted to play guitar when I was a kid. I just wanted to play music. Music was exciting and it was cool, and I wanted to do that. You make that big noise. And actually, when I was a kid, I would air guitar and I would play it with my right hand because I didn't realize that I played it with my left hand. So I would go like this and like air guitar like with my right hand. And I wanted to play guitar. And I told my dad, Dad, I want to play guitar. And rightfully so. He said, well, no, we're not going to get you a guitar just yet. You're just going to put it in the closet next to your karate outfit, your unicycle, and your yo-yo, and all that other stuff that you wanted but didn't like actually want to participate in. So I said, no, I really want to do this. And I spent a whole year learning how to play the piano, which really was just like a bunch of stabbing nonsense for a long time. And I spent a whole year on this, and still I'm like, Dad, I really want to get a guitar. Like, you don't want to hear this piano anymore. You better buy me a guitar, Dad. And I finally got one for my 14th birthday, and I played for a while. And then I met Adam Campbell. You knew Adam?
Yeah.
I met Adam Campbell. Him and I bonded over music and stuff we liked, and we started a band. This would have been, I was still in high school, this would have been like 2004, 2005-ish. We started a band, we were Counterpoint, and then we were Necropolis. We played in the basement for a long time.
I remember Necropolis back in the day.
Yeah, we played punk rock, we were teenagers. We made a lot of noise, but we sort of attracted. It was really special, man, because like we attracted a lot of kids and a lot of friends who like also kind of needed somewhere to go. You know what I mean? We were like cool, I guess, but like we were all like well suited to be each other's friends. We were sort of like the default group. And we all sort of found each other because we all liked this weird music that we made. And then so we stuck around with that and did that for a long time, and then got into other bands as we grew older. But we got our start playing basements in high school. And,
it's like and those like everything from like Necropolis on is sort of like, to me, a greatest hits collection of like the reasons that I started to like going to shows, and the reasons I wanted to play music and like hang out with the cool kids and stuff, and so like it was cool to meet you,
But Adam had this horrible hair in high school. He had this like huge afro, and I had long hair, but I didn't comb it. So I feel like people like looked at us and were like, I know why those guys are friends. We were like the bad hair brothers. It was great.
Fun. All right, so that brings us to our next question. What would you consider your main inspiration for music? Like, what philosophically makes you want to spew art in the world?
Oh man, I don't know if I have a philosophical answer for that. I mean, I feel that art and the creation of art is a way to combat the feeling of dis-ease being caused by society, that by sort of putting the art pedal to the metal, we can produce antibodies to kind of fight off some of societal ills. But I don't know if I have such a philosophical sort of core motive for it. This is just what I really like to do.
I like to play.
I like to play. Yeah, that scene in Wayne's World where he goes into the, Garth goes into the drum store and he plays all the drums. And goes, wow, man, you're so good. I like to play. I like to do it. I wish I could like figure out a deeper answer, but like I think I just like to do it.
Hey,
it's fun.
That's all right.
But, if you want like influences, like like other
that's
musicians and stuff?
the next part would be what musicians would you say influenced you?
Yeah, for sure. And the one I really want to mention, and this is like, I mean, my all-time favorite album group is an album by a little-known group from Austin called Monkey Town. The album is called Anthems for Tomorrow. I don't even know where to get it online or anything. That is like my favorite album of all time. It's written by a guy named Joe G, who is just one of my heroes lyrically and musically. Real dense acoustic riffs with a lot of just unbelievably well-written lyrics. I really like Daniel Johnston. That's actually, listening to Daniel, when I first got into Daniel Johnston, you know, his music is just like so honest and just broken. It's not even like, it's sad, but it's just so honest. And he just rips his guts out and just throws them on his guitar and spews them out everywhere. And when I heard that, I felt like, okay, I can do this now. You know, like I can be this honest, and I can kind of pull my skin off a little bit. Like Daniel did it, and they liked him, and they didn't, you know, just throw him to the wolves, and call him names and stuff. So that's definitely inspiring. Lately, I've been really listening. I'm really enjoying like early jazz, like Louis Armstrong, Sidney Bechet. Stuff like that, and I've actually been listening to a lot of Mongolian folk lately. The Mongolian horsehair fiddle is one of the most beautiful sounding instruments that exists.
And like, if I could make a point, that's a thing I've noticed with a lot of different musicians that I know and other musicians I've seen things for, is like, you constantly to make sure that you never trap yourself in a little box. You know, you always got to be looking for something new to inspire you and add elements to whatever you're doing. Like I remember, like for a while I listened to tons of old like marching band music and calliope music and stuff, and like it's like I didn't even notice it, but it slowly worked its way into some of the songs I do, and like sometimes when I listen to your albums, it's like, which I have all of them, by the way. I make it a point to have the biggest cowabunga breakfast collection available.
There are 9.
Yeah, I've got them. And
I don't even have that.
But like sometimes I can really tell what you've been getting into upon like first listen. I'm like, I pick out the differences between this and that.
Yeah, the Sunfleas was a lot of jazz. I like the colors. Jazz is like, it's not. It's like mono. Like a lot of other kinds of music feel like monochromism to me. Like it's just a certain palette of some colors. But jazz is just all the colors sort of overlapped and done away with that. So I really like a lot of those scales that kind of trail off into nowhere. And I've been kind of digging that format lately.
Yeah, like whenever I listen to jazz, I really appreciate the little pauses. Like whenever they're playing hot on something, and then it breaks down.
Yeah, that rhythmic kind of twist.
Yeah. All right. Got a ridiculous noise break coming. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about is. Do you have a, like, sort of set writing process, how you go about making your music, or, you know, what goes into making a breakfast?
Well, most of the time, I mean, it's weird because sometimes I feel like I can write lyrics and sometimes I just don't, and I don't like the stuff that I'm saying. So I'm always kind of trying to find an approach that works. For a long time, what I would do, the last thing I would do when I wrote a song was actually pick up my guitar and play it. Stuff like, I mean, I did Pumpkin Town that way, I did Bug that way, I did Merlin that way, a whole bunch of the stuff from a couple years ago, and like the Mission 4 and Gentle and stuff. I would actually just sit down and I would just write all the lyrics out, and I would know the melody in my head, and I would just kind of sing them over and over, and I would know where, you know, how the melody, like I could just hang out and just sing all those lyrics properly, and then finally pick up my guitar and kind of put some chords to it. But on the other hand, I'll just kind of mess around and I'll find some stuff and I'll just kind of sing nonsense to it, and then that'll eventually turn into something. There was a song, actually there was one that, the last one I just did was called Glass Tongue, and it's on Sunfleas, and I wanted it to be a song where sort of like when you're looking at clouds and you just find a picture in it, or you look at wood grain and you find, you know, images and stuff that aren't really there, it's just kind of your mind painting that onto it. So I wanted to write a song that didn't actually have lyrics but sounded like it did, and I tried a bunch of scratch takes with it. and I tried to just kind of and just singing while I'm playing. I'm just making these noises, and I thought that was cool, but I didn't like the way it flowed. So I actually went back and wrote lyrics for it that don't make any sense, and then sung them in an inarticulate way to make it seem like there were no lyrics. So I had to like write lyrics to a song in order to not have them.
Yeah.
But that's the most recent one I've done. I haven't done stuff with lyrics. I do layers, like Some Fleas is a lot of layering. I'll just go and lay down like a rhythm track and then solo over it and do something else and like tweak layers until it becomes this like snowball kind of sound. I go for a water sort of thing. You know how like you watch a river and like it's all going in one direction, right? It's all going downhill, and the whole thing holistically is moving that way. But within that one river, there's all kinds of little swirls and eddies and stuff that kind of swirls around and goes backwards, stuff that kind of peels off in a different direction. Like it's actually all not, like all the water, you know, is not moving in one direction, but it is actually. It's all being swept up in a larger thing. So a lot of the stuff I go for has kind of that watery feel to it a lot. It's going one way, but it turns around a bit, and it kind of fumbles about and kind of just rambles for a little while.
All right. And the next one, I couldn't think of a segue, but the next part is, what are like some problems you face being like a street level, everyday musician?
Yeah, that's, man, there's one thing, and this is like a crusade. This is a crusade of mine. Do-it-yourself musician, amateur musician does not mean unprofessional. It does not, and that there's a real stigma, I feel, that I'm a business owner, a venue owner, and you're some guy that writes music. Like, pat on the head, here you go, have some exposure. We assume automatically that because you're not big and, living up to that you are some kind of amateur, that you don't take this seriously, that your music is, good job, keep trying. There's another thing, too, it's that everybody assumes, guys like me or you, you want to be a rock star, don't you? And that's the dream, isn't it, to make it and be a rock star? No, not particularly. I mean, sure, I'd like to make a living on this, but I don't want to be a rock star, and it feels weird to have that painted onto me, to come there and say, you're an amateur, get some exposure, maybe someday, pat on the head, you can be a rock star kid. And I just
and I understand that, because sometimes, there is a conscious effort of, trying to, push forward your boundaries, get more ears to listen, but, it's not always the kind of, sorry, I'm stalling out here, but it's not always just the want to be something that's big, huge, see your name in lights. It's really the main drive is, at least for me, and kind of what I'm getting is for a sort of stability with it, and also artists about having something to say, and
maybe not in words though. I mean, words are there to say things, but words are ineffective. You know what I mean? What's a tree? That's not a tree. That's just what we call it. You know what I mean? Words that point to more words. I guess I don't have something to say as much as I feel like I have something to express.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a difference between saying and expressing. I mean, yeah, you want to say something, you're right, but I don't feel like I have a message for everyone, and this is the message, and here is my thing that I'm saying. It's the more you try to feed people political kind of lines and messages and say this is it, this is the way to go. As soon as you have it, then it can't be anything else, and you lose it. You know what I mean? So, I feel like it turns me off to have someone, to have some kind of art that is just shouting in my face about this is what to do, and I know this. So more than having something to say, I'm trying to express something and trying to say it without words, or trying to speak with feelings or something. There's one other thing too, while you're talking about local artists and musicians. This is part of this whole crusade I've got. Is I feel that there's a misconception, especially with venue owners or local business owners who want to have some local musicians or might want to give them a try. There's this misconception that comes around. Okay, you're a local band, so naturally you guys are all kind of rowdy. You guys play too loud. You guys are maybe drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're sloppy. You know, and then like, oh, you're a rock and roll band, so naturally you're hooligans. And like, that's not the case, man. You know, I mean, I play in a band. We play psychedelic rock. It's Chess Cats, Chess and the Kittens. You can find Chess and the Kittens on Bandcamp and Facebook and Twitter. But, you know, we play with them and people assume, oh, well, you're a rock band, so you might be, you know, that's not quite what we're looking for. No, like, if you're a local business owner and you want to have music, talk to us. Talk to us and say, look, this is what we're looking for. Can you tone it down? There's way more professionalism in DIY and amateur music than people want to give it credit for. And that's just something that matters to me to hold it up in that light. Professionalism is important, and we all realize that.
Well, yeah, it is with pretty much anything you do. Like, if you want to turn something that was a hobby or a pastime into something that you're going to do, you have to start being professional about it. You know, you're never going to be the guy who accidentally falls into being able to go and play shows, being able to, like, you know, there's no such thing as somebody who didn't work for, you know, the thing in like the singer-songwriter sort of world, in our sort of world. You know, it's just
yeah, it's an uphill battle, but I feel like a lot of professionalism, it goes a long way. To be presented well, it is important, you know. And I mean, I'm rascally, but you know, I can play something pretty. You know what I mean? DIY does not mean unprofessional. That's the tagline. Hashtag that out.
That'll be in the description.
DIY not unprofessional.
So I guess we can combine these next two things. So what's next for Mason Cramer? What do you got coming up? Anything you'd like to let the people know about?
This might be kind of a longish answer. There's so much coming up.
Give us the cliff notes, because we're already at about 16 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, we got cliff notes. Let's see. Musically, Chess and the Kittens probably have some albums coming out pretty soon. Some stuff you haven't even heard. Actually, no one has heard except for in Pittsburgh. I got another Cowabunga Breakfast album or two coming out pretty soon. I'm also looking forward to a Breakfasty collaboration with the American Medical Association. That's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to that because it's going to be some weird stuff coming out of the lab. Chess and the Kittens are playing, Breakfast is playing. There's a movie. I played video game world records. I'm sure everybody knows about that. But if you haven't, I have video game world records. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Google, literally everywhere. But there's a movie coming out. It's called Nintendo Quest, and I'll give you the little. You can tell I've done this plug a lot. Canadian filmmaker Rob McCallum and his best friend Jay Bartlett set out on the road for a 30-day road trip to try to collect all 700 or so licensed NTSC Nintendo Entertainment System games with no online purchases. This means a road trip to the mom and pop stores all across the country. They stopped in Du Bois at Video Game Exchange to film and interview us. So along the way in the film there's lots of Nintendo fun and nostalgia. I've got a song in it, Parasite's Gotta Die is in it for a little bit, and I'm interviewed on camera for a little while. We are screening the film in Du Bois on August 22nd, 6 o'clock at the Du Bois Middle School Auditorium. Tickets are available at Video Game Exchange and on Eventbrite.com and on Facebook where you can learn more. And that's my plug.
Alright, and that's his plug. And so we're going to finish this up. If you wouldn't mind grabbing the guitar and playing us out. This has been Pap-lion and Pap-lion's Den and Cowabunga Breakfast. Have fun, folks. Like, share, subscribe.
No. No, don't. It's too wrong. Somebody in.
I'll be right back. It's a little unreleased one for you. TV cats. Oh, the full in black. Oh, they're randomly scheduled every night. When are they on? Let's watch TV cats. Who's the ones out back? I killed 10 sparrows last week. That they neglected to mention all them TV cats. Oh, they're gonna take a vow of silence. Say they're gonna take a vow to break. Oh, when they take a vow of silence, doing so, get them everything they need. Icicle drip. To sit and watch it all day. Ooh, it's quite a trip, you know the way it catches the light as it melts away. Ooh, they make an awful clatter when they fall. Oh, I wonder what they're good for, is it anything at all? But people only notice when they slip, oh, icicle drip. Shut up and take my money. Oh, they're plentiful and cheap and rather running chicks and cat food. Just so get them everything they need. TV cats, they're furry and black, randomly scheduled every night when they only watch TV cats. Peace out, y'all.